This week on Cartoon Dumpster Dive, we cover the cartoon Class of the Titans. Release the Vice Principal. Joel, I think I've asked you this once before. I'm not entirely sure. Are you a big Greek mythology guy?
Yeah. When I was like 8 and 9, I kind of went through a phase where I was like reading all up on it. Like I was a obsessed kid.
Okay.
About like Greek and like Roman mythology.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, Hercules, all those. It probably started with the Hercules Disney movie.
I feel like that's that's where a lot of people in our generation got their start. We had a whole section of school in Greek mythology, and I did really well except for the test. I remember that. Like I just completely choked and failed.
Yeah, we had that same point in school, and I remember just loving all of that. I thought it was fascinating.
One of my favorite, I don't know if you have one, but one of my favorite Greek mythology stories is how we got spiders. And so there was this lady who could like weave baskets, and she challenged the god of weaving to a weaving competition. Real devil went down to Georgia.
Yeah, apparently.
Stuff. And she won. The mortal won. And she got and the goddess got real mad and turned her into a spider.
You know, it is funny. All throughout like Greek mythology, it's like the gods are just assholes.
Dude, it's a pretty accurate depiction of what a god would probably be, like an all-powerful being. Like they'd probably we would probably have to be terrified because I mean they just like if gods walked among us, I guess I would say, because you know you can go to Greece and you can climb Mount Olympus right now if you want to, and
No,
I saw a meme that was like, that's how you know Greek people are lazy. They believed on gods and just never bothered to go up there and check.
They're like, you know what? Nah, we're good.
Nah, they're up there.
But then again, if I knew what these gods were doing, I would want to stay far, far away from them.
Yeah, that's true. Like the Greek gods are menaces, and like
which is
the king of the gods, Zeus himself, has got a rap sheet 10 miles long of just heinous crimes, both sexual and violent.
Terrible.
The man raped a woman as a goose. Wild stuff.
Why? What? Who? Just someone had to come up with these stories.
It's just something to do. I don't know how to.
Who was they just sitting around a fire one night? It's just like, hey, yeah, you know that Zeus character.
Yeah,
I heard he did this.
I heard he did this. I heard he did that. It's just like but you know, if you think about it, the Greek gods and most of like the pantheons of old were just there to explain like, why is all this bad stuff happening? It's like, we're not. It's like, well, there's a guy who rules the ocean and he's pissed. And then that was it.
He was brother of this other god and this god.
But what if the gods were real, Joel? And then they had, I guess the lesser non-gods. Well, no, that's not true. Some of them are descendants of gods, and then other ones are, I don't know. It's a real hodgepodge. What the team that is together. It's Percy Jackson before Percy Jackson. Can we just say that right up top?
Yeah.
No, right. I don't know anything about Percy Jackson. Other than he's Poseidon's kid or stepkid or
so. It is Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
I have no idea what Percy Jackson is about, but it's Percy Jackson.
You know what? Email the show and tell me if I'm right. But this shit is Percy Jackson.
I'm going to tell you, if the Greek gods existed today, Hercules would be from New Jersey, apparently.
Yeah, it's weird that we'll get into it. First, we have to review that theme song.
Oh, we got to hit it, Andrew. Percy Jackson
in the goblet of tridents or whatever the fuck. Because Percy Jackson is Harry Potter, but Greek mythology.
Yep. But
I don't know, 3.
Yeah,
it's a pretty nothing burger of a.
Me and you were on the same page here.
Wavelength.
I do not care for this. I do find, like, to me, it feels like someone showed, like, whoever it was that had to do the animation and come up with that theme song, it feels like they showed them the opening to Cowboy Bebop and was just like, we want this.
Oh my God, you are right on the money. That is so correct.
And they was just like, we got you, big guy.
So my theory for this show is this looks suspiciously like X-Men: The New Generation or New Evolution or whatever one made Rogue a goth. I don't know, goth Rogue one. But anyway, I feel like they were like, well, they have that. Let's do this. You could pluck these guys into that show and not even skip a beat. Like, they could do a crossover. Like, everybody looks like that. It's a very 2000s ass show, which makes sense because it was in the 2000s. But still, it fits the bill of like an edgy reimagining.
I didn't even put that together, that they do look like just X-Men Evolution, but you are 100% correct on it. Like, the character design looks very similar.
This could honestly be a Marvel team. I'm surprised it's not one.
The story of this, it's pretty interesting. Like,
I do enjoy it. But
yeah,
how did this show get made before we really get into it?
So, Andrew, there's really not too much that I could find on this. It was created by Chris Bottleman, and Michael Leha. It was produced by Studio B Productions and Nelvana. So, for the extended audio listeners, we talked about this show felt very Canadian. We know why. Nelvana, being a Canadian company, ran for 2 seasons, a total of 52 episodes.
So here's where I want to discuss this a bit.
Yep.
What about this show before you did research? I assume you watched this and then did research, but
yep.
I looked into this like seconds before we started recording, just because I'm usually the one who watches the bulk of the episodes, and I can't really put my finger on it, but something about it seemed so Canadian, and I'm not entirely sure what it was.
to me, especially if it's Nelvana, around this time period, Nelvana just has a feel to its animation.
Right.
Like, I think it's like the background and the characters, how they animate everything. There was just something about, because I almost knew immediately. I was like, okay, this is probably Nelvana.
Is it because everybody's kind of banana shaped? Like everybody's got that like weird 2000s banana curve character design to them. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Like, I'm not a big fan of the character designs.
No, it's too sharp.
I don't like it. There's one character who I feel like she has no forehead. I don't, or maybe hairline. I don't get it. But yeah, I do not like the character design, but I can't explain it, Andrew. It's this gut thing. When I looked at it, I was just like, this is Canadian. This is This has Nelvana written all over.
This is a Canadian ass show. I know it is.
Maybe it's everything just seems so bright in the court.
Maybe that's hard to say.
It also doesn't hurt that, like, within the first 5 minutes, someone says, like, "Oh, Canada."
That's true. We got a pretty good voice cast of Kirby Morrow's Jay, Ty Olsson is Harry, Kelly Shrita is Theresa, Sam Vincent is Archie, Duran Bell is Odie. These all sound like very Canadian people. But David Kay is Kronos. I think he does a very good job of a Titan of Time.
Yep.
But yeah, so let's get into this show. First things first, they ain't learning shit. There is no class. This is all right. This is why I think it's an X-Men. This is kind of an X-Men knockoff, especially like New Evolution. They don't learn shit at Charles Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. There ain't no math class. Nobody's doing
all
English
they
report.
Learn is how to fight evil.
All of these fantasy schools don't have a proper curriculum. Even I'm convinced that none of the Harry Potter kids know how to read.
Well,
like,
one day,
do algebra, Harry. How about that shit?
I can tell you how to make a potion of animal speak or whatever. No, I need you to figure out what 15% is on this check for a tip. Hurry it up.
They'd probably be like, that's Muggle. That's a Muggle class. I'm like, no, this is basic fucking.
You gonna live in this world?
Shit. Yeah. Look, motherfucker, this ain't magic land. You better tell me what 25 times 25 is.
Come on.
You better tell me the subtext of the book Moby Dick.
But I don't think a cartoon would be that exciting if we get
just one scene. Just one scene where they're like, man, calculus was pretty hard. Okay, let's go save the world.
How did you do on that math test? I guess
the X-Men Evolution, their excuse is it's more of a place to live, and then they go to school.
Well, in
these motherfuckers,
they went to school.
Ever step foot in school again after Hermes convinces every single one of their parents they became junior astronauts. Shame on those parents, by the way, because they believed them way too fast. I know it's played off as a joke, but I was just like, you don't want any follow-up? You don't want to call them? There's no way to call them. You can talk to a man from the moon at this point, and you can't call you just accepted that you can't speak to your kids ever again until they come back from space.
I'm going to assume that these parents were happy to get rid of these kids because I felt like there was no like a power like awakening of powers.
No, yeah, they just had it.
Yeah, like so, and if there was this like awakening, none of them really seem shocked. So that tells me, okay, like the Hercules guy, he literally picked up like 2.
Yeah, 4 plates on each side.
Well, not even that, but like when you first meet him, he grabs the 2 like tall monsters.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And like picks them up over his head, and I'm like, those monsters probably weigh 800 pounds each. And you just absolutely. You picked up both of them, and like you're not like, how did I get so strong? You're just, I've always been this strong. What, as a parent, how are you going to deal with that? How are you going to deal with the daughter who can run super fast, just run away from you? Like,
I have another.
I feel like
question.
These parents was just like, okay, sound good, pay me money.
I don't think they even got paid. They're just like, they're astronauts. All right, bye.
I'm so proud.
I have a question. Jay, who is the descendant of Jason of the Argonauts, knows a lot about Greek mythology. He says, he's like, oh, my mom's Greek. Shouldn't all of them be Greek? Like, shouldn't they all be Greek people?
Should be some descendants of Greek people, maybe?
Like, they should all be Greek. They're descendants of the Greek. I guess, it's thousands of years ago, people travel. I just thought it was odd that only one of them claimed to be Greek. You're all Greek.
I mean, you have the power of a Greek god.
Henry can talk to his great-great-grandfather. Great-great-great-great Hercules. He knows it. He saw him. He met him.
And that's when you find out Hercules is like from New Jersey.
Yeah. It also really let himself go. Odie's a bad name for a kid. I get he's supposed to be a like Odysseus is a descendant, but it's like, don't name your kid the dog from Garfield.
That kid got look.
Nah, that kid had a hard life.
Either that kid was going to get bullied because he was so smart, but you just double down on it, and was just like, you know what?
Now his name is Odie.
You're gonna get kicked
by an orange cat, you fucking dickhead. Like, shut up, guys. I'm gonna get good at computers.
I'm super smart. One day you're gonna learn.
So this is the squad. This is the team. We have Jay. He's the leader. He's descendant of Jason and the Argonauts.
He's got the pretty boy hair. He's got
the frosteds.
Yeah, the frosted split hair boy.
Yeah, he has the split part before that was synonymous with the gay community.
Oh, yeah.
We have Atlanta. Descendant of Atlantia.
Her character design, I spent most of the time trying to figure out where her hairline started in comparison to her forehead. I know I shouldn't try to figure that out, but it's just it seems like she's got the world's biggest forehead. In my opinion.
She's got a 5 head for sure. We have Harry, who is the descendant of Hercules, who has a grandmother who is Rolf. It's Rolf from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Did you clock that?
I did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, she's like, she goes, "What are you doing, grandson?" We got Archie, who is the most skeptical for someone who just met the Greek gods. He's like, this is bullshit. I'm like, they're like, are you sure? Didn't you just meet Hercules and Hephaestus? We're on Olympus. What are you talking about that this is bullshit?
No, I need pictures so it didn't happen.
Yeah, I guess. Theresa, who
Teresa?
is Theresa, who's just the descendant of Theseus. Odie, as we explained earlier, is the descendant of Odysseus, and Neil is the descendant of Narcissus, which I didn't know about him, but he's just like all of these are just hunter. Like most of them are just hunters but Narcissus is just, he's a good looking hunter. But I guess seven's a good number to fill out the team.
But that one to me is the oddball out of all of them. The fact that, like, because they even mentioned it in the opening, the good looking. And I'm like, that's your superpower?
Well, even in the one where they recruit him, they're like, do we need him?
That's what, you're going to distract them just from your looks?
And so, all right, it's the start of the new year and the planets align, and now Kronos can be freed from the underworld to enact his revenge and rule over the universe once more. And he talks to the Oracle, who's like, 7 kids are going to show up and kick your ass. And he goes, well, not if I kick their ass first.
And I love it because the Oracle is like, I haven't been wrong in 4,000 years.
Yeah.
And Kronos was just like, I'll prove you wrong.
And, it's a lot of, you're a big fan of Greek mythology monsters. You get to see, I guess, some cool design. I don't know. What did you think about the monster designs in this?
I mean, though, they are okay. Like
they're 2000s animation designs of your favorite Greek mythology creatures, like the Manticore and Medusa and the Minotaur and the Kraken and the Sphinx. I guess I thought that was Egyptian, but apparently it's Greek. But yeah, I guess I just don't really care that much about Greek mythology anymore.
Yeah.
Where it's like, but I mean, I really wouldn't have cared about this. I don't think young adult me would really want to watch Clash of the Titans. I do think it's funny that they don't go to school. They go to combat training, but they have to ride the coattails on one of the most influential Greek mythology movies of all time.
100%. They named it just for that.
They had to name it that.
I feel like the whole school bit, they was just like, we're going to call it Clash of the Titans, and we have to just show them going to a school once for it to make sense.
It's like when they were making Aqua Teen Hunger Force, they had to mention in at least 3 episodes that they were detectives to get greenlit by Adult Swim, and then immediately abandon it.
Yeah. But
they mostly have combat training. I do appreciate this show having like arcs, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like each episode, because a lot of these shows, like, they didn't have, like, the episode ends and then you're like, it's a whole restart.
Monster
but this
of
one
the
is
week.
This one is like Kronos did something and the episode ends, but the ramifications of his actions are still throughout the series, and I did appreciate that a lot.
It from what I watched of it, I liked what they was going for, but I guess let me put it like this: the overall story I thought was pretty okay. Like, it was interesting to me to get, the descendant powers of the Greek gods and you're fighting evil. Hey, that's pretty cool. I like the powers of the Greek gods. I think that's a cool concept. But everything else about this show was just walking against it. Like the timing of stuff, the speed of some of the story, just all of it was just bad.
I will say, I will give this show some credit. Action set pieces, not bad. Not great, I mean, you're not going to get floored by it, but not bad, you know?
Yep.
Like, their weapons are cool. Like, they all have, like, they all have Greek-themed weapons.
Ooh.
I mean, some have cooler.
Who would have thought, Andrew? Greek weaponry?
But yeah, some have cooler weapons than others. Like Archie's got the coolest weapon in the show. The Hephaestus whip
is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's a whip that can break anything, and it's got like hooks and shit. Yeah, I mean, Jay's got his like switchblade sword, which that's what it is. It's a giant switchblade, and the rest of them have like. One of them's got nunchucks. Odie opts out of having a weapon. He's like, I like computers. I'm like, you fucking nerd. Grab a sword.
The nunchucks felt out of place.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
I don't know of too many Greek nunchuck uses.
We was going with the theme here, and then... Okay.
They must have ran out of like Greek. They're like, well, we can't just give her a spear, I guess.
What can we give her?
Nunchucks.
How many weapons are there in Greek mythology? 3. Crap.
Yeah. Like, fuck. What about a big shield? I don't think she's strong enough to lift it.
All right. Get her nunchucks.
I mean, they didn't give Harry's obviously like he kind of carries his entire team, sometimes literally, most of the time metaphorically, because he's the only one with real Atlanta. Also, I don't know if I said this, but horrible name. I know they're trying to get it like close to who their descendant is, but this isn't. Nobody names if somebody named their kid Atlanta, shame on you. That's a bad name for a person.
Don't ever name your kid. Like, I don't care if it is a human name. If there was a city, like a major city named after it, don't ever name your kid after a city.
But yes, yeah, they're the only two that really have like real superpowers. I guess Jay has the power to be a really good leader. That's what Hera told him. She's like,
you can't learn that.
You can't learn leadership. I feel like you can, though.
Yeah, a lot of self-help books will tell you can.
Go to a therapy class. Go to the rec center. You can do this.
He just spent a lot of time at the library. That was it.
That was it. But yeah, so I don't know. It's on Tubi. If you've already watched X-Men: The Next Evolution and for some reason just really, really want to have that style of show back in your life, you could check out Class of the Titans on Tubi.
Don't.
But
you're not going to gain anything from it.
With the Cartoon Network drops that keep happening on Tubi, I doubt you're going to get to Class of the Titans. But what you are going to get to is Joel's new reoccurring segment, reviews that are Titanic and reviews that have no class.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Good one, Andrew.
Thank you.
So this is sitting at a 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 706 ratings. So not a lot of people have went out of their way to really show the love for Class of the Titans.
Yeah, nobody went out of their way to review bomb.
There was only 2 written reviews on this thing, a 6 and then a 10-star review.
Nice.
The 10-star review, I'm not going to read it. It's a little too lengthy. Gotcha. So I'm going to read the 6 for us.
Okay.
So I always find it funny when people rate something like, are you constantly reviewing things? If you're giving something a 6, like we always talk about how people will, if you really hate it, you'll go review it and give it a 1. Or if you really love it. So what about those people that just a 6?
They're fair.
You ain't got nothing better to do with your time?
We do this. So we're not, I don't think we're allowed to do, we can't talk shit about this guy. This guy is probably in a significantly better boat than us. Because, I mean, we're like, what, 40 minutes into talking about this thing?
Talking about it. This man wrote 3 sentences on it.
This man, he used 3 sentences and he was done. And we're still going. So we're not, we cannot look down our nose at this man by any means.
Very true. So this is a 6 out of 10 titled The Myths at the Modern Times. Simple series in which the Greek myth merges with the modern world. History already seen and reviewed by developed decently and without too many smudges. They have taken a lot of liberties in the transposition of mythological figures, and yet in some cases they have been strangely faithful to the original myths. And that's it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I believe that wraps up Class of the Titans.
Yes.
If you would like to show some class and report the show, don't report us, and support this show, you can go to patreon.com/cartoondd. There we have the $5 tier that gets you stickers and pins mailed to your door. Access to our Discord that gives you access to the mega request, to where your request goes to the top of the list. Extended audio episodes and bonus episodes. We also have a website. You can send a request there or go to our store. That's cartoondumpsterdive.com. We're Cartoon DD on Twitter and Cartoon Dumpster Dive everywhere else. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, please leave a 5-star review on the podcasting platform of your choice so we can become titans of the podcasting industry. Have a great rest of your week.
See ya.